This is English Language Arts Review, Week 3 and 4 semester for Adjective.
The topics covered are A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens, Superstitions and Mysteries, Conditionals, Adjective Clauses, Homophones and Homonyms, The Ghost Back Home, Outline and Develop Narrative Writing.
Okay, what's the novel that you guys read?
A Tale of Two Cities.
Very good. By?
Charles Dickens.
And who is Charles Dickens? Okay, very good. Is this the only novel he's written? He's written many famous novels. Okay, let's start with it was the best of times and it was the worst of times. Okay, very good. It's a literary device used is called the oxymoron, which means what? What does an oxymoron mean? Very good. So each sentence is giving you something that is opposite to the other. So the best and worst, of course, are opposites. Now, can you tell me what it means? Does this make sense? It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Okay, very good. And hence a tale of two cities. In the first city, they were living great, and in the second city, they were not. Okay. They had a lot of tribulations and problems. What was the main conflict of the story?
French people responding.
Okay. Okay, so there was a war going on and spies. And what was happening to spies who were caught or people? They were executed. And what does that mean to be executed? They're killed. Okay. Can you tell me about some of the main characters? Like, give me examples. Okay, Dr. Manette. Why is he an important character? Okay. He was in prison for 18 years, accused of what? Why was he in jail?
Because he witnessed.
So he witnessed. Okay, he witnessed something, and should he be in jail for witnessing something?
No.
So what happened? Why did they take him to jail?
Because he won't tell anyone.
What?
He didn't tell anyone.
Okay, so they didn't want him to say what he saw, so they put him in jail. Who put him in jail? Okay, and what did he do in jail, Hamad? But what was he doing in real life before he went to jail? He was a doctor of what? What kind of doctor was he? Of medicine? Or like a doctor or professor in a university? So he was a teacher? Or was it? Okay, very good. So he was well known, and then he became a prisoner who made what? And what did he refer to himself as? Remember in the beginning of the story, what did he call himself? Yes, North Tower 157. He was referring to himself not with his own name, but with a number. Why? So he was now, instead of being a person, he became a number in prison. And when he left prison, did he go back to normal?
No.
What happened? What happened to him?
He lived in a workshop.
He continued to make shoes?
Yes.
Did people try to help him?
Yes.
Did it work?
No.
Till the end of the story, it didn't work? So he became damaged psychologically. Okay, did you like the story?
Yes.
What was your favorite part?
The story was intense.
Okay. Continue. Raise your voice. Okay, very good. So when she saw her father, it was very nice.
The city guard saved Darby from the execution.
Okay, excellent. So when someone saved someone else from execution. Okay, now can you give me some similarities and differences from this story compared to life now?
Their life was harsh.
Okay.
They didn't have as much technology as we have now.
Okay.
There was a king and a queen.
Okay.
There was a king and a queen.
Okay, there were kings and queens. In the area we live in, are there kings and queens?
No.
Are there kings and queens in other areas? Okay, yeah, in other countries. Okay, so that is something that hasn't changed. People were accused of things, okay, that they haven't done. Does that still happen? Yes. So how would you feel if this happened to you? What would you do? You would defend yourself? Okay, someone, Hamad, you would kill yourself? So you wouldn't try to defend yourself? If you were accused of doing something that you didn't?
I'll try to find evidence.
Okay, very good. Badir, he would try to find evidence to prove that they were wrong and that he was innocent. Okay, very good. Any last comments about the story? Anything you'd like to share? Okay. Are you ready for your next story? Okay, now let's look at this slide here. And I want you to point out to me things that you see that are considered superstitious or called omens. What do you see? Okay, very good. Friday the 13th.
It's based on a horror movie.
Okay, so Friday the 13th is based on a horror movie? Is it based on the horror movie or is the horror movie based on Friday the 13th?
There's a movie that's called Friday the
Okay.
13th.
Because they consider this date to be?
Horror, it's scary. It's a hunt.
It's like a bad luck, scary day. Okay. Okay, so you're talking about spilled salt. They're saying spilled salt is bad luck. Okay, Ala. If you walk under a ladder. Who's walking under a ladder here? A black cat. What does a black cat crossing your path mean?
Bad luck.
Bad luck as well. So here's what? How much bad luck is here? A lot. Okay. What else? Okay. How many years bad luck do you get for breaking a mirror? Okay. What else? There's one more. Do you see it? Did you see it? So you didn't see it. It flashed in front of you, but you didn't see it. It's good luck. Here we go. These four-leaf clovers or clovers are considered good luck if you find a four-leaf clover. Okay? Who would like to answer the first question on conditionals? Okay. Go ahead, Salema.
The weather has been warm. We would have eaten outdoors.
And how did you know to use had been?
Because we have wood plus half past tense.
Very good, because we have would plus have plus the past participle of the verb eat. So this tells us if the main clause has would plus have plus the past participle of any verb, you know the if clause should be in the past perfect tense. Okay. What type of conditional is this? Third. The second one? Yes, Ala?
If the weather was warm, we could eat outdoors.
Okay, we could eat or we would eat are both correct. And we see in the if clause, we see what tense? Simple past, so we use the auxiliary would or could plus the root form of the verb. Okay? Type of conditional here? Second conditional. The third one? Yes, Badir?
The weather is warm, we will play outside.
Okay, we will play.
So, play.
What else can we use instead of will? Can and may as well. Those auxiliaries are also okay to use. And what type of conditional is this?
First.
First. The last one? Yes, Ali?
What air phrases the temperature reaches 0 degrees Celsius?
Very good.
Reaches, reaches.
And why do we use this tense? Which tense are we using? Simple present. Okay, why do we use it? Do you remember?
Why do we still present?
It's a fact. Excellent. Excellent, Ala. Plus points for you today as well. This is what type of conditional? So remember, when you have a zero conditional, it's a fact because there is no reason for it to be conditional. It's zero conditional. This is an oxymoron. Zero conditional. Okay? Who would like to do the first question on basic adjective clauses?
The bag that which she is holding is full.
Okay. The bag that she is holding is full. The bag which she is holding is full. And the bag she is holding is full. Correct. The next one, Ali.
The teacher who that.
The teacher that corrected the student's homework was pleased. The teacher whom corrected the student's homework was pleased. The teacher who corrected the student's homework was pleased. Excellent. Now let's underline the adjective clause in each sentence. 1. Allah.
I returned the book I borrowed from my friend.
Beautiful. The next one. Dana.
Ella presented on the book which she knew a lot about. She knew.
Which she knew. Very good. Okay, now let's look at the last two sentences. You're supposed to correct the errors in each. Who would like to do the first one? Selena. Very good. Excellent. So we must remove who. The next one. Hassan.
I completed the homework you told me to do it.
We remove who and what else? It. Very good. Excellent. Who would like to explain the differences between homophones and homonyms? Raise your hands. Who would like? Ali?
Homophones are words with the same, spelled the same, with the same sound, but they are written different and with different meanings. While homonyms, they are written the same, but they have different meanings.
Okay, the only thing that is that's very correct, except for homophones are spelled differently. They sound the same, but they are spelled differently, and they mean different things. So very good. So always remember, a homophone is like when you pick up the phone, it sounds the same, however they're spelled differently, and homonyms are spelled the same, however they have different meanings. So who can give me some examples? Die. Die. And what is that? A homophone or a hominin? Homophone.
Peace and peace.
Homophone.
Can. So,
Peace and peace.
can.
Okay, can. And what's can and can? Homonyms. Here we have homonyms. Let's draw can. This is a can, and this is the auxiliary. Can. Okay. What else? Ali, what did you draw on the board yesterday?
Peace and peace. Watch and watch.
That's what you drew. You drew, Ali came up to the board and drew A watch with all the numbers. 6, 9, 3. So you wear it on your hand. It's like a wrist watch. And here's watch where you have two eyes watching, spectating. Okay, mind me, I'm not an art teacher. Okay, so Hassan is giving me lots of homophones, some and some. I want some more homonyms.
Right.
Bat and bat. Bat and bat. And Badia, do you mean right as in a homonym or homophones? Okay, so we have right and right. We have the position right, and we have you are right, you're correct. And here it's a position. And also for homophones, we can do right and right as well. This English language. So lead and led, they are spelled the same, but they have different pronunciations and meanings. Face and face. Facing problems and face what's on your face? Yes.
8 and 8.
8 and 8. Homophone or homonym? Very good. 8 and 8. Any other ones you'd like to share? Tear and tear. Thank you. Tear and tear. Spelled the same. However, they have different meanings. Here's the tear, like when you cry. The tears fall from your face. Here's the tear of the paper. It's all ripped. Okay. Let's go to the next slide.
Part 1. Reading. Read the following selection in which the writer reports a ghostly event that occurred to some of his friends. When you are through with the reading, answer the questions below in your book. The ghost back home. It all happened one summer on an island in Scotland. A family had rented a house for their summer holiday, an old fisherman's cottage with a beautiful view across the sea, owned by a lady who lived next door in a view house. The place seemed perfect, far away from the noise of the city, with clean air blowing in from the sea, green fields all around, and the hospitality of the islanders to welcome the visitors.
As soon as the father sat down in the sitting room to read the newspaper, he heard someone enter the room. To his surprise, a stranger was standing in the middle of the room, just like a sailor who had been out in a storm. He was wearing a heavy raincoat and big boots. He was very wet. Rain ran down his coat and dripped into the carpet.
All the father could say was hello, but the man said nothing. He just stood there and looked around the room as if he were looking for someone. Then he suddenly turned around and walked out of the room. But what a shock! He walked straight through the solid brick wall.
The father saw a puddle of water where the sailor had stood. He looked out of the window. It was still a beautiful sunny day. So why was the sailor so wet? It was such a mystery that could be solved only when a landlady told the sad story of the wet sailor.
He was her husband, who had served on the island's lifeboat. One day, a ship was caught in a terrible storm, and the lifeboat was called out to rescue the people out there. The rain was pouring down heavily. The waves threw the lifeboat up and down. It was the worst storm anyone had ever known. It was so terrible that before the man had a chance to rescue the ship the lifeboat hit by a wave turned over the sand. All men, including the woman, husband, drowned.
The memory of her husband Luz urged the lady to build a new house next door and let the former one to summer visitors. After making some changes, one of the changes was picking up the door between the string room and the garden When the sailor arrived home still wet from the triple storm. He looked for his wife but could not find her, so he left the sitting room, supposedly going out through the door he had always used.
Copy the following table and then supply the correct paragraph number for each of the following heading topic ideas. Mm,
Appearance of ghost is which paragraph number?
paragraph 2,
Okay. Mystery intensifies.
paragraph 4,
Setting of the story.
paragraph 1,
Departure of the ghost.
paragraph 3,
Mystery unfolded.
paragraph 6,
Husband's death.
paragraph 5.
Excellent. Who would like to answer question number 1? Who was the wet sailor? Yes, Badia.
He was a husband who had served on the island's lifeboat, and he died.
Okay, so we can say the landlady's husband, also considered as the ghost and the stranger. Okay, number 2. What does all men in paragraph 5 refer to? Yes, Ala.
All men in paragraph 5 refer to the sailor.
Okay, it refers to the lifeboat sailors or the rescuers. Very good. Okay, number 3. What reason is there for the father's surprise after the stranger had left through the wall? Yes, Badir.
The stranger walked through a wall. One direction.
He went to a
Okay.
and that he was weather was the sunny outside.
Very good. He saw a puddle of water where the stranger was standing in the middle of the room, although it was a beautiful sunny day outside. So when he saw a puddle of water, he was surprised because it was a sunny day outside.
Miss, I said because the ghost walked through a wall. The stranger.
Yes, and especially because there was a stranger there and the puddle of water was on a day where it was so sunny outside he couldn't explain it. Where the stranger was standing although it was a beautiful sunny day outside. Sunny has double N. Okay. Part C. The following statements are false because they misinterpret information stated or implied in the above text. Explain the mistake in each. Okay, number 1. Salema?
The local people showed hospitality to the stranger.
Okay, so rather than avoided, they showed hospitality. Okay, the next one, number 2.
Yes, the man was shocked to see the stranger walk.
Okay, so not the writer, but the man or the father. Okay, number 3.
The letter was bring out to the garden.
Okay. Okay, now you're going to pick and copy the choice that best completes the meaning in each of the 2 sentences below. The sailor died because of a terrible storm and was it heavy rain, late rescue, huge waves, or the lifeboat hit the ship in trouble? Which one was it? Huge waves. Excellent. Number 2. The ghost went through the wall because he 1. wanted to scare the people. 2 was wet from the storm. 3 was looking for his wife. Or 4 went through the place where the door used to be used. Very good. Excellent. Okay.
Snake was looking for his wife.
Okay, now find words in the text which most nearly have the following meanings. So you go back to paragraphs 1 and 2 and look at context clues to tell you which word might mean the same as friendly behavior towards visitors. Yes, Ala. Hospitality is correct. Number 2, fell in drops. From paragraphs 2 and 3, what can it mean? Yes, Salim. Dripped is correct. Strong and firm. Solid. And the last one, saved from danger. Rescue. Very good. Excellent, Dana. Okay. Now you're going to rewrite the following sentences starting as indicated without changing the meaning. And you guys see that these are questions that are in the passive active and also conditional. Who would like to do the first one? Okay, number 1, Badia.
The Coast Guard called the lifeboat to rescue people.
Okay, called the Coast Guard. Called out the lifeboat to rescue the people out there. Okay, number 2, Selena.
The father wondered if his wife would believe that a stranger had walked to the well.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Okay, let's talk about outlining an essay that you will write on the topic. Go ahead, Dana, read the topic.
Recount a strange incident in which you or somebody else passed through a frightening experience. Develop your ideas in a well-organized essay within the range of 150 to 100 words. Supply your composition with a suitable title and an outline.
Okay, very good. So you need a title and an outline. What's a good title for your story?
The mysterious creature.
The mysterious creature. And should we capitalize all the first letters of each word in your title? Yes, except if it's of or the or an, like an article in the middle, then you don't have to capitalize it. But make sure you do capitalize all the words, and if your M looks small, make it bigger. Okay, here's your title. And what should you do first in an outline? What do we need? We need an introduction, and we must start it with Roman numerals. Okay? In your introduction, you also should mention what? A thesis statement. And what's the thesis statement? It's okay, it's the main idea or the central idea of the whole essay. Okay, and what else should you have? Okay, what's the body paragraph? What should we write? What kind of number? No, Roman numeral 2. And if you have more than one body paragraph, you should designate each paragraph by A, B, or C. We're just going to do a basic one here where it's just one paragraph. And the end, what should you have? And what Roman numeral? 3. And conclusion, here you would write a conclusion sentence. Okay? For introduction, body, and conclusion. Okay, can someone give me a thesis statement or an introduction to start with? Any type of story. You can use a story you've already written. Yes, but
This is different.
yes.
A man saw a mysterious creature that no one has ever seen.
Okay, your whole essay is going to be about a man who saw a creature. And what's the lesson that you learn or something that you can add to this? To summarize the story in one sentence.
That since this is like the most perfect thing that happened to me.
Okay. So we can say, this man, can we give him a name? Muhammad. Muhammad is looking at you like, we'll never forget the day he saw the mysterious creature. Okay, can you give me a basic statement for the introduction? Maybe about fear, maybe add something else. What would you like to have as an introduction?
It all started with a man.
It all started when Muhammad
Went fishing and saw a mysterious creature.
went fishing and saw a mysterious creature. Okay, perfect. Now your body paragraph can have a little bit more details, and you can give me specific things in here about each idea you have in your body paragraph. You can go ahead and give me some ideas. Any of you who would like to change the story, it's okay. It doesn't have to be the same. So just go ahead and throw your ideas out there. Okay, first he went to the boat area and saw something weird. 2. Or you can also use A and B.
He tried to escape.
Two.
He tried to escape from the waves.
Okay, so he tried to inspect and was chased by the creature. And you're saying that he wanted to escape? Okay, he was so afraid and he wanted to escape. Okay, and for the conclusion,
the story that the man said became a horror story for the kids.
okay,
And it relates
this story is still a mystery that remains unsolved, and Muhammad is still perplexed about what happened that day. Of course, your own essay must have more juicy details, because the outline is just to help you organize it, okay? Yes.
mysterious creature. It all happened when a man named Muhammad was going fishing. He was very poor and had to feed his family, so every day he goes fishing in order to feed and support his family. One day he went fishing in the sea near his house, so he threw the net inside the water and waited. But then he saw something that no human had ever seen. As he was waiting for a fish to catch, the net got caught and the fish escaped. He was sad, but then he saw a mysterious creature that no one saw before. He was frightened and went home. He tried to explain this to the family, but no one believed him. The story became a myth and a horror story for the children, and no one had ever seen or spoken the creature again.
Thank you, Fatima.